Hello, angels. Welcome back to the Cosmic Tailor. If you are new here, don't worry, so am I. I am Taylor, here to tailor you to your highest timeline. And I was listening to some readings when Spirit hit me with just one sentence, just one channeled sentence, which was, "What's the plan, Taylor? What's the plan?" And so we're gonna pull some cards today, and we're gonna figure out what our plan is. I decided to be a little extra fun today. I have 2 different incenses burning right now, one on each side of me. Trying to use it as a little bit of a shield, because the ops are fighting 101 on the timer. And class is in session. Anyway, so as I was saying, confirmation. We are currently in the midst of a war. 1, 2, 3 on the timer. We have been energetically siphoned from and stolen from to a degree that is incomprehensible, honestly. Your ideas, your thoughts, your feelings, your growth, your ability to dissect, your ability to change situations, circumstances, people's minds, people's thoughts, people's feelings. 151 on the timer. You have a very significant ability. Ooh. Interesting. I'm gonna need more cards, Spirit, please. But it's been crazy because you're kind of at this point, 212 on the timer, if this reading is for you. You're kind of at this point where you feel like a little lost, maybe a little jaded. Jaded by Miley Cyrus, 222 on the timer. That could be a significant song for you. Yeah, we got the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, the Ace of Wands in the reverse. There's like, you are exhausted. You have been depleted to the highest degree. Because people just can't stop taking from you. People cannot stop taking from you, and you, 246 on the timer, are not able to recognize that these areas that people are taking from you are areas that need boundaries, and that where boundaries need to be placed. And these people need to be separated from you. Honestly, they need to be separated from you. Hold on. Turning on my rainbow selenite light. Okay. Anyways. Because the amount of energy that they have taken from you has literally thrown you off course. It's thrown you off balance. It's thrown you into this position of, I don't want to say it's thrown you in this position of lack, because it's not that you've been thrown into a position of lack. It's just literally puts you in this space of depletion. And you are not able to, 3, 4, 5 on the timer, to produce as much as being taken from you. As much, like, you're not able to produce as much as how much is being taken from you. I don't know if that's making any sense, you know? And the thing is, yeah, 5 of Pentacles in reverse, like, this is like a state of lack that is easily escapable. It's just setting boundaries on where you're pouring your energy, where you're pouring your time, where you're pouring your focus, where you're pouring your effort, your motivation, your inspiration. Where are you pouring your attention to within your life, okay? You know, 432 on the timer. Where are you pouring your attention to? I just got a ringing in my ear, sorry. Yeah, with the Hanged Man, you're looking at this like it's something that you cannot change. Like, there is nothing that you can do to get yourself out of this position. like this position is an inevitability. And that I'm hearing like it's punishment for you existing, for you being you. You feel like this is just a natural byproduct of your existence. And that's not 515 on the timer. That's not, no, that's not how that works. It's not how that works. And you know, like, the thing is, these karmic energies are really trying to, like, literally gaslight you. Trying to gaslight you into believing that the position that you're in right now isn't 543 on the timer, isn't exhausting, isn't draining. Like, it's like they're trying to convince you that the position that you're in right now, it's like, first of all, they're trying to claim that you're not in an abundant energy. You are. You are in an abundant energy. That's the thing. Because you have so many people coming to you and taking from you so much. How could you possibly not have an abundant energy? Despite the odds, keep fighting. That song, what is it? I'm gonna find it right now. 616 on the timer. It's called Fall in Love. I know that much. By Craig, Zen, and Diablo. It's such a great song. Love that song. He says, despite the odds, keep fighting. I'm a titan in my mind's eye. Give a fuck who don't like it. I'ma keep expressing my feelings till I die. Make the whole wide world go and fall in love with me. Yeah, man. 5 of Wands in the reverse with the 7 of Wands upright. You're not even like giving into these games. You're not even listening to them anymore. It's like one of those things where every single time anyone tries to talk to you anymore, it's like their words are falling on deaf ears. And it's not even because you don't want to listen. It's just that the words literally they can't even align with you. You know what I mean? It's like the things that they're saying I'm getting like a really intense ringing in my ear again. $737 on the timer. It's really important that you are selective with how you speak. It's that you're selective with who you speak to. That you're selective, 747 on the timer, with what you speak about. Make sure that you're being very, very choosy right now. 757 on the timer. Be super choosy right now. Yeah. Because Page of Cups with the 5 of Wands, pouring into arguments or pouring into what other people are trying to tell you or like tell you what to do or whatnot, or it's listening to other people ultimately is only going to do more damage to you in your life, because those people do not listen to the divine. Those people are not aligned with the divine that you, like, in the way that you are, right? And that isn't to say anything about them. That isn't anything to say about any of them, okay? They have, like, their own entire life journey. It's just that the things that people are trying to explain to you or express to you, yeah, got the 10 of Cups with the Hermit in reverse. It's coming from this place of they themselves cannot be alone. They literally need you. They need to be in your energy to feel this kind of fulfillment, to feel this kind of joy, to feel this kind of embodiment of fulfillment. You know what I mean? And so it's like crazy that they're the ones that are coming out here trying to tell you things, because look at that. The Hermit with the 8 of Swords. Oh! And the 6 of Swords in reverse underneath that. They literally are fighting so hard to make it so that you don't leave. So that you don't move past these kinds of cycles. So that you don't focus on yourself. You are the Hermit. You've come out as a Hermit twice now. 8 of Swords with the Sun in reverse. They're literally trying to 949 on the timer. They're trying to trick you out your spot. They're trying to get you blinded to the possibilities of your own life flourishing, 4:34 on my clock, so that you don't have the reason to move on beyond them. 10:10 on the timer. So literally, they're trying to ensnare you. They're trying to trap you. They're trying to trap you. Confirmation. They're trying to trap you. They're trying to make it so that you and them will be forever attached to some kind of degree. And Spirit, not only will Spirit not allow that, but Spirit is exhausted and over it. Spirit literally, like, Spirit is tired. Spirit is tired. Ringing in my ear. You are tired. You're exhausted. You are depleted. Spirit is sick of this. Spirit is frustrated. Spirit is angry. Spirit is upset. Because with the Knight of Wands out here, like, Spirit has been putting you down this entire freaking path to be able to get you to your divine alignment. And it has been nothing but betrayers, betrayers, and betrayers. And the thing is, depending on what you believe in, this is like your life path, and that's the contracts that you signed up for. But for a lot of people here, you were genuinely supposed to have support systems with these people. 11:22 on the timer, but they got blinded by their own greed. They got blinded by their own greed because of how good you make them feel. That's tough. 11:33 on the timer. Yeah, I saw the Lovers with the World. Yeah. Connections like this and the cycles like this, it's coming to an end. It has to come to an end. 11:44 on the timer, because you are literally too far along on your own journey to be able to stick around anymore. You're too far along. You're too far gone. Like, you have all of the things you could possibly need in order to make continual progress down your life path. You don't need to stick around here. 6 of Cups in the reverse, Lovers underneath that. You know this, right? 12:12 on the timer. You know this. You know that these connections, that these people, they're not aligned with you the way that your aligned life is. 12:21 on the timer. With the way that the blessings that you're supposed to receive are. So, the main focus right now is changing focus. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the timer. Main focus right now is changing focus. So if this has resonated with you up until this point, then this is your guidance for what to do and where you need to go and like what the plan is. Starting with, what are you going to focus on? What are you going to pour your focus into? All right, and will you have the power to say no to the things that you don't want? Before, these came out like this, like the Page of Cups couldn't avoid the 8 of Swords. Now the Page of Cups isn't even paying attention. 13:13 on the timer. You're not even listening to their words. You're not even listening to their games. Because the thing is, like, the 8 of Swords energy, like, while it does have a lot about willfully being ignorant, 13:31 on the timer, that ignorance still has to be sold to you in some kind of way, shape, or form. Whether it's just you selling ignorance to yourself or other people selling ignorance to you, it has to be brought up and shared in some kind of capacity for you to be able to accept it and be blinded by it. You know what I mean? So as much as it talks about somebody being able to escape just as long as they can free themselves from these shackles, right? It also talks about the people that will put you in that position for the sake of keeping you in one spot. You know, it's like Tinkerbell. 14:14 on the timer. Tinkerbell with Captain Hook. I was gonna say Captain Jack Sparrow. Okay. Maybe the Pirates of the Caribbean movies are significant to you. The Black Pearl. I don't know. Davy Jones' Locker. I don't know. Anyways, so okay, Spirit's just like, no, continue. You're right. You keep going. Okay. So 4:44 on the timer. The thing is, this path you are now learning that your energy and your focus is the currency, right? Because we live in a world where attention is the most expensive form of currency. Where you're pouring your attention into and what you pour your attention into. Intention. Make sure that your intentions are pure. Make sure that the way that you are moving through life, you're doing it with pure intent, right? Like a lot of these readings, I mainly do these readings when I just feel called to read for you guys, and when I feel called by spirit to come into this area and talk, you know? I do these readings not because I like just want to word vomit and put them out there, you know? I do these readings mostly when I myself feel like there's something stuck that needs to be moved energetically wise, right? And I only ever started recording these things and putting these things out there because one day Spirit, like 555 on the timer, Spirit was like, do it. Just record this, record it. And I never even put that out. I just recorded it and I kept it for myself. And I like, after a while of watching readings and realizing that the reading that I did and recorded myself like correlated to a lot of the things that I was dealing with 1616 on the timer, and hearing within these readings, I realize that I had my own guidance in that reading that could help other people. I don't have it anymore. I don't think I have it anymore. I don't know where the frick it is. It's probably like somewhere in my Snapchat drafts or something, like my memories or something. I don't know. But that's why I do this. You know, that's why I put my focus on this in my life. Not because I'm out here trying to like change the world or change lives. I'm just trying to change the energy. I'm just trying to help move things that are stuck, not just within myself, but that within other people. And I do it with the intention of love, because that's all I ever really connect to. You know? And so what can you do to lovingly refocus on other aspects or the things that are important to you in your life right now? 1717 on the timer. What can you do? Yeah, because we have the Three of Cups in the reverse with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. There's like an entire community of people that are throwing you out of balance. And it might not be purposeful, you know, like not a lot of people are consciously aware of the things that they are doing, but a lot of them are preventing the cycle from ending because they don't want this cycle to end. They don't want this version of you to go. But these people are going to learn pretty quickly that they don't get to have a say on whether or not you stay the same or you act the same or you behave the same, and that they don't have the kind of control over you. They don't have that kind of control over you at all. The only person that has any kind of control of that is you, and you're not out here trying to sacrifice yourself, which way do you want that, Spirit, for the sake of other people and making other people happy and comfortable. Who needs that? Who needs that? Like, it's honestly kind of embarrassing. 1818 on the timer. Yeah, we have the Chariot and its general energy with the World in the reverse. Cool, but like, what's the plan exactly? Okay, so then can we see what this, if this is like the negative outcome, well, not negative, right? That's not exactly the right word. If this is the yang outcome, what's the yin outcome? You know what I mean? If this is the dark outcome, what's the light outcome? You get what I mean? You feel me? Three of Swords in reverse. Okay. The dark outcome is that you don't let the cycle complete and you have to go through it again. Okay, which it's the major arcana. That is 21 different cards and 21 different transformations that you have to go through in order to reach the end of the cycle, right? If you allow it to end, then you move forward into an energy of understanding, higher wisdom, of this perspective of understanding and learning and knowing, like, oh, why did this happen? Oh, this is why it happened. Because, which way do you want that, Spirit? Up here or down here? Okay. Because if I stuck around and I kept holding on to this, and I kept holding on to these connections, these people, 2002 on the timer, this community, then it would have thrown me out of my own empowerment, and it would have thrown me out of my own ability to be able to choose and decide and set boundaries for myself and set boundaries in my life for the sake of choosing myself, for the sake of choosing my own material life, you know? And I don't mean that as in like material girl, no, I mean that as in being able to just have decisions and make decisions about what you want in your life and have them not be influenced by other people's thoughts, feelings, or opinions. It's basically freedom. Just having freedom. Freedom of choice. Freedom of choosing, right? Because if you stick around with these people, like, it's going to feel good and fun at first. But eventually things will have to balance out, you know? This is going to, like, it's going to be a good positive impact on you, and it's going to be, like, fun and enjoyable, and you'll have some temporary fulfillment, but it puts you in this position of the Hanged Man. 2121 on the timer, where you really won't have any kind of control. Not over your thoughts, not over your feelings. Because it's going to feel like, excuse me, that you kind of owe these people in a way where you, like, have to give to these people, where you are kind of obliged to pour into these people, not choosing to pour into these people, right? So, the light path, Spirit. The Magician. The Magician. A new cycle, not even the Fool. It's a new cycle of being able to choose and alchemize your life for what you want. What? We have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse with the Ace of Wands and the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. Like, whew. Let's talk about this one a little bit more, Spirit. We'll get back into this in a moment. This is crazy. This is so crazy. But this is just the point of perspective that you've gotten to. You can see the duality of everything. You can see the dichotomy of everything. You are able to hear and see and recognize the possibilities that surround you, right? Oof, times 10 energy. Queen of Swords in reverse. It throws off your discernment. If you don't allow the cycle to be completed, you'll be going on your victory lap, right? You'll be having fun and openly openly express, openly connect, openly enjoy, you know? And then you'll have to come into balance, and you'll recognize that there's a hell of a lack of balance in this position, in this timeline, on this journey. And you're going to be forced to recognize that you did not move with discernment. You are not moving with discernment, and you started the cycle over with the Fool. You started the cycle over, the cycle of giving more than you receive. And the cycle of committing to people or things that are disempowered and that are run by the devil. Not true fulfillment. In the light choice, though, if you choose to listen to yourself and let this cycle end, it'll hurt, yeah, it'll suck, but you'll recognize that these people were really throwing you out of your ability to manifest, throwing you out of your ability to express, to enjoy, to have fun, to create. Because the Ace of Wands, like, that keeps coming up, and every single time I look at it, I'm hearing Spirit say, like, that's your gift. That's your gift right there. That's your ability. That's your gift. And Ooh. Knight of Swords in the reverse with the Empress in the reverse. Interesting. Donde. Any more cards? Okay. No, we're good. Hold on. Which way do you want these, Spirit? I always want to check, just in case. Upright. Interesting. Okay. Page of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles. Yeah. There's so many pentacles out here. We got the Page, the King, the freaking Queen. Now all that's missing is the Knight. Crazy. And we got the Seven of Pentacles out here and the Three of Pentacles out here. And the thing is, like, that's with the Ace of Wands, it's your gift. You give people new opportunities. You give people renewal. You renew people. You give people, like, perspective. You fuel people's spirit. 2552 on the timer, and you can't just... You don't find that just anywhere. You don't get that just anywhere. You don't, like, find people who can give you that kind of motivation to be connected to self or connected to others like that, you know? You're hard to come by. You are not an easy breed to come by. And with the Knight of Swords and the Empress, it's like you move with such an intelligent mindset. Like, if you are emotionally intelligent, you are spiritually intelligent, you are materially intelligent. 2626 on the timer. Like, you're just smart. You just move smart because you trust in your pattern recognition. You trust in your pattern recognition, in your ability to recognize patterns, you know? And these people, they don't trust themselves with their own discernment. They don't trust their discernment of their own lives. If they did, they wouldn't need to tell you what to do with your life, because they wouldn't be concerned about your life, because they would know and understand that your life is your life and their life is theirs, and that not everybody's lives, not every single blueprint is meant for every single being, you know? Not every set of rules is going to apply to everyone. 2727 on the timer. Like, literally look at laws. There's literally so many laws out there that only affect the tiniest groups of people, but they are still there. You know? And we don't fuck with unfairness and misjustice in this house. I don't care who you are or what you think. But if you genuinely think it's okay to have entire laws built around a tiny group of people, then I don't want to talk to you and leave. Thank you. Thank you. Anyways. You need to refocus on what really matters to you and choosing what's right. Trust that you know what is right here. You know what is right here. You know what the right action is to take. I know it's scary and it's hard because, like, Seven of Swords, people are going to project onto you. People are going to say a lot about you. People are going to think a lot about you and assume a lot about you based off of these actions. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. They're not right about it, though, because they're coming from a lack mindset. Yeah, you're coming from Three of Pentacles energy. You're coming from a collaborative mindset. People don't want to collaborate with you. They want to take from you and act like that is just a bonus of being your friend. No. Of being your partner. No. Of being related to you. No. Absolutely the fuck not. Eight of Cups in the reverse, yeah. If they listened to their own inner calling, they would know that by now. If they would listen to themselves, listen to spirit, and listen to their guides to take them where they want to go, then they would know by now that just because they're around you does not mean that they are entitled to your time, energy, your effort. 2929 on the timer. They're not entitled to your being. Everything that you can offer for the sake of yourself. But you don't give people things because you want you don't give people things because you want to feel good about yourself. You give people things because you have a surplus to give. That's all, you know? And like, it's yours at the end of the day to choose when to give and who to give it to. I saw 30:03 on the timer. At the end of the day, it is still yours, not theirs. And if they want to be mad about it, they can be mad about it over there. You have plans, and you have dreams, and you have a life that you want to fucking live for yourself. Wow, it looks like I have like a bunch of cuts on my arm. Ouches. Hold on one second. Anyways, yep. It's yours to give at the end of the day. It's your choice to give at the end of the day, and to give what like you want to give, you know? And the people around you have become way too comfortable and cocky with taking from you. That's literally all. That's the end of it. Like, there's nothing else I can really say about that. We didn't even get to really talk about what the plan is, other than just refocus. Refocus on things that are actually fulfilling to you. 31:13 on the timer. Refocus on things that actually sparks joy and inspiration in you. And say no. Say no. Say no more. Tell people no more. It's not up to them to decide why you can't, 31:31 on the timer, or why you can say yes or no to them. You know, it's not their choice. It's your choice. You get to decide what you give, and you get to decide what you tell. They can't do anything about that. That's just how it be. Thank you for being here, angels. Thank you for letting me read your energy for you, and thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. I know it can't be easy, and that everything that you've been dealing with, like, it's been hard. Like, not having support, not having community, and being surrounded by people that only want to take from you cannot be easy. And I'm sorry, but keep going, okay? Keep going. Don't fall for their false light. Don't fall for their false narratives. You're a wonderful person, and you deserve to be treated as such. 32:23 on the timer. I love you so much. I'll see you again soon, hopefully. Subscribe, like, comment, share. Bye.